Hello. One rule that you haven't seen yet is something we call the power to power rule. What we're interested in is what happens if we have something like x to the second power and then we raise that to the third power so that our base is x squared. Well, if we write it out, we would get x squared times x squared times x squared, right? That power of 3 outside the parentheses says I'm going to take 3 copies of what's inside and multiply them all together. Now we can use our rule that just simply says to add up our exponents. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, so that's the same thing as x to the 6th. 6 is the same result we get if we multiply 2 by 3, and that's generally how the power to power rule works, is we multiply the two exponents together. So let's say we had something like 3 to the second power to the third power. We could do the same thing here. We could say this is 3 to the 6th power, 2 times 3. And then we could pull out our calculator and try to figure out exactly what 3 to the 6th power is. So 3, and then we press our power button, and 6. In this case, it is 729. We could do things like w to the 4th to the 10th. And that would give us w to the 40th power. Right, we're just simply going to multiply those exponents together. Now, we could also do slightly more complicated things. What if I had something like 2y to the 3rd raised to the 4th power? Well, that's going to be 2 to the 4th power because the 4 is applying to the 2, and it's going to be y to the 3rd to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th power is 16. Y to the 3rd power raised to the 4th power. We multiply those exponents together, gives us y to the 12th. So we can apply this to somewhat more complicated things. In this case, we have to recognize that that power of 4 outside the parentheses affects everything inside the parentheses. We can break it down into two slightly smaller problems and then use appropriate strategies from there. I hope this helps. Please let me know if you have any questions.